I joined a new company in January of this year before working for them as a consultant. During my onboarding, I had asked the hiring manager if I would be provided with a company cell phone or be able to expense out my monthly cell phone bill. He looked into it and HR told him this particular position is not eligible for a company cell phone as it does not require after-hours support. This answer actually made sense. I don't need to get involved in day-to-day operations support in my role. They also literally never called me once during my whole tenure as a consultant after hours. So, great. I don't want to work after hours. Up until last week that policy was upheld. Just like it had been during my time as a consultant. There was never a "we were trying to reach you yesterday" when I logged in the next day or any emails asking for my help after hours. So I was loving it. I have no cell phone number listed in my email signature nor on my internal company profile because my cell phone wasn't to be linked to the company. I have a desk phone but that's it. I talk with a lot of IT vendors in my role and I don't need them calling my personal line. I also did not install Outlook on my personal phone or any company apps. A major update was applied to one of the platforms that fall under my purview. The actual maintenance is performed by an operations manager and their team. Things went smooth in our QA/test environment. I signed off, my boss signed off, so everything was ready to be set and go. Major update goes in. Someone incorrectly performed a few steps. Even though that same person performed them just fine in QA. Things started going wrong. Horribly wrong. I was nowhere to be found. I wasn't responding to emails. I had no phone number listed anywhere. So they did the troubleshooting on their own. In hindsight, the fix was relatively simple and I definitely would have been able to guide the team. The error wasn't even related to the update. They just went down a completely different path to resolve the issue thinking the update was the root cause. It would have taken a few hours but we would have fixed it. But in the moment as things were going wrong, in panic and trying to recover from the incorrectly performed steps they somehow wiped the database. Somehow. Please do not ask me how. The backup was corrupted in this process as well and they couldn't use it to recover. They had to go pull tape backups, which is excruciatingly slow to recover from and a week old. Monday morning I log into my laptop and I notice the holy hell that is going on. I immediately got on a call with the operations manager. Operations manager is level-headed and no blame is thrown, but asks what happened to me. I told him I have no company phone. I asked for it and they said no. He just had to shake his head. Organizationally he and I are at the same level. He just has a reporting structure and I do not. My boss and I got on a call for a debrief and he asked the same question. I gave the same answer. No company phone. He's the one that told me my position was ineligible for a company phone as I was not required for after-hours support. All told it took the team 5 days to recover everything. Rerun all the transactions that were lost from the source systems. Another 1.5 days for the business teams to validate that all was well and match up the numbers. My boss did ask me if I had a personal cell phone. I tell him no, as whether or not I have one isn't important to him, just on principle of the whole thing. As I said, I deal with a lot of external vendors now. I don't need them bothering me on my personal line. During business hours we communicate over Teams, Zoom, WebEx and my landline never gets used as I'm barely in the office. He didn't question me further. So all in all about 7 days of lost system access, productivity, operational reporting, inability to efficiently serve customers, inability to efficiently deploy frontline employees, etc. 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 One of the business directors was still putting together the operational impact but he figured it was easily 6 figures. All over $50 for a monthly cell phone bill for a bunch of corporate employees who they might need to call once in a blue moon.